girls, Miss Sally again, and so happy to be with you and so excited about all the things that God made, all the things that He gave us, all His power that was able to make everything. And I am just sure that you remember what the name of the very first book in the Bible. Does everybody remember that? Genesis. Now, do you remember if it's in the Old Testament or the New Testament? One way to find out is to check in our Bible to make sure we have the right answer, and it is in the Old Testament. Do you remember how many books are in the Old Testament? 39. What about the New Testament? 27, and the whole Bible, 66. And I just know that Sutton and Bethany and Ayla and Waverly and Addie all remember the very first words in the Bible. The very first words in the very first book, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. And I'm sure that Wendy and Kara and Ethan and Caroline could say those with us too. Let's go again. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. Think we could do it one more time with Anna, Stacy, Elizabeth, and Lily? I think we can. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. And at the beginning, everything was very dark. Do you remember what God made first? The Bible in Genesis said, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. That was day one. Remember our song? Day one, God made light when there was none. Day one, God made light when there was none. And after day one, we had day two. Remember what came next? God said, "Let there be something to divide the water in two." And so do you know what God made? He had water below, beautiful, beautiful water below. And then, remember how He made water above? In the clouds. He made the sky so that we could have the clouds above to give us rain. Now what? What was the next thing? Do you remember? Remember? Well, let's go to our song with day two. Day two, God made clouds and sky so blue. Day two, God made clouds and sky so blue. And on day three, He gave us something that we would need the rain for. He gave us the land. God said, "Let the water be gathered together into the seas and dry land appear." So God made the dry land. Why do we need the land? What do we need the land for? God knew that we were going to need the land. So what did we need it for? I'm sure you know. What grows in the dirt? All kinds of wonderful, wonderful plants. We have the grass, and we have trees, and we have beautiful flowers, God made all kinds of beautiful, beautiful plants so that there would be beauty in our world and the grass for animals to eat and plants for people to eat later. So God was getting everything ready. So that was day 3. Day 3, day 3, land and grass and flowers and trees. Day 3, land and grass and flowers and trees. God's trees didn't fall down. Mine tend to do that. So that was day 3. All right, let's see. Day 4. God said, let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. These lights will be used for signs, seasons, days, and years. They will be in the sky to give light to the earth. Well, God had already made the light, so now he needed to get the light so that we could have day and night. And what is it that we see in the daytime? He made the sun. And what do we see in the nighttime that gives us light? The sun and the moon and stars galore. So remember, on day 4, God made sun and moon and stars galore. Day 4, God made sun and moon and stars galore. So there are so many stars, we can't even count them. And this plant's going to need the sunlight. People are going to need sunlight. Animals are going to need sunlight. So God is getting everything ready. That was day 4. Then let's see what happened next. Then God said, let the water be filled with living things. And so the water, God wanted to make sure that there were things in the water my little fish will swim. Sometimes it does, and sometimes he's kind of lazy. But there he goes. Was it just fish on day 5? Let's see. God also made every bird that flies. And then each bird produces more of its kind, and each creature produces more of its kind. So God made sure that all the animals would have babies so that they could have more animals. That's the way God set it up. So that we would have everything that we need. So that was day what? Day 5. Day 5, God made fish and birds alive. Day 5, God made fish and birds alive. There we go. All right. 5. What's the next day? I'm sure you know. Day 6. Let's see. Then God said, let the earth be filled with animals, and let each produce more of its own kind. Let there be tame animals, and small crawling animals, and wild animals, and let each one produce more of its kind. And that's what happened. If God said it was going to happen, that's exactly what happened. So God said, let the earth be filled with animals, like that one. What do you think that one is? Can you see it? It's an elephant. So big wild animals. So big they can knock down the plants. And zebras. a giraffe. And many, many, many more animals that he gave us. Because he said, let the earth be filled with animals. That was on day 6. But then there was something else he said after he had said, let the earth be filled with animals. God said, let us make human beings in our own image, and let them rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky. Let them rule over the tame animals, over all the earth, and over all the small crawling animals on the earth. So God created human beings in his image. So God made people on day 6. And we're going to talk more about how God did that next time when we get together, because it's a very, very special thing. Now, when God looked at everything that he had made, did he say, oh, this is bad? No, everything he said, this is good. So through day 6, we have all these things that he made, and they were all very good. So let's sing our song for day 6. Day 6, day 6, God made animals and people that day. Day 6, day 6, God made animals and people that day. Oops, there goes my 3. Sometimes my numbers are not very cooperative. Okay, well, I've got one more little blank there. And looking in here, I've got another number. Does anybody remember what happened? There, we've got light on day 1. We've got sky and clouds and the water below, gathered below on day 2. We've got land and grass and flowers and trees on day 3. We've got sun and moon and stars on day 4. We've got fish and birds on day 5. And animals and people on day 6. What else could he make? Let's see. Does anybody remember? What was it? Let's see. Does Sutton, Bethany, Ayla, Waverly, Addie? Do y'all remember? Wendy, Kara, Ethan, Caroline? Do you remember? What about Anna, Stacy, Elizabeth, and Lily? Do you remember? Well, when we don't remember, which I'm having a problem, we need to look it up in the Bible. And let's see. All right, let's see. So the sky, the earth, and all that filled them were finished. By the 7th, oh, here we are. By the 7th day, God finished the work he had been doing. So on the 7th day, he rested from all his work. So we need to add part to our song for day 7. Day 7, God has rested in his heaven. Day 7, God has rested in his heaven. So how many days did it take God to make everything? It took him 6 days. And on the 7th day, he rested, and it became a very special day for God's people. And next week, we're going to talk about these people and how God created them. We're going to go back and we're going to keep working so that we can learn all the things that God made on all the days of creation. So everybody has a really good week, and we will get together and have some more exciting times finding out about God's power and all the wonderful things that he does and all the words he gave us in his Bible. But one more time, do you remember what are the very first words in the Bible? Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1.